Hello, Yankees Nation. Welcome back to your go-to channel, New York Yankees News Network. Today, we've got some jam-packed updates about our Bronx Bombers that dropped just a few hours ago. If you're a true Yankees fan, you don't want to miss this. And hey, if you're new here, please smash that like button and subscribe so you can stay in the loop with all things Yankees. Let's dive into the action from Detroit, starting with our first big update. Update 1. Yankees bats freeze in snowy Detroit showdown against Tigers ace Casey Mize. All right, Yankees Nation, let's set the scene for our first update. It's a wild one. Imagine this. It's Monday, April 7th, 2025, and our New York Yankees are in Detroit taking on the Tigers at Comerica Park. The weather? A brutal 38 degrees at first pitch, wind chills dipping into the 20s, and snow flurries dancing around the field. Our Bronx Bombers came into this matinee matchup, leading Major League Baseball in runs and home runs. Talk about firepower. But today, those bats went as cold as the Michigan air, managing just 2 measly runs in a 6-2 defeat against a red-hot Tiger squad, led by pitcher Casey Mize. Let's talk about Mize for a second because this guy was dealing. The former #1 overall pick in the 2018 MLB draft, Mize is starting to look like the ace Detroit envisioned when they nabbed him. Facing our Yankees, he went 6 strong innings, surrendering only 1 run on 4 hits, with 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. That's the kind of performance that makes you tip your cap, snow or no snow. He's now had 2 stellar starts this season, including a scoreless gem against the Seattle Mariners, where he allowed just 1 hit over 5 2/3 innings. This kid's got ice in his veins, and he proved it against our lineup. So how did our big bats fare? Aaron Judge, our captain, went 1 for 3 with an RBI single that got us on the board in the 5th. Classic Judge, clutch as ever. Paul Goldschmidt chipped in with a 2 for 4 day, showing some consistency. But here's where it gets ugly. The bottom half of our lineup, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe, and Oswaldo Cabrera went a combined 0 for 12. 0 for 12. That's the kind of stat line that keeps Yankees fans up at night. The 5 through 9 hitters overall, a brutal 2 for 20. Against a pitcher like Mize in those conditions, we needed more, and we just didn't get it. Now let's flip to the mound where Carlos Rodon was fighting for us. The left-hander went 6 innings, but it wasn't his day. 6 runs allowed, 5 of them earned, on 4 hits and 3 walks, though he did rack up 6 strikeouts. The turning point? A 3rd inning meltdown. Rodon walked the bottom of Detroit's order, Jake Rogers and Ryan Kreidler, setting the stage for disaster. Then, he hung a changeup to Andy Ibanez, who smashed it for a 3-run homer that flipped the game on its head. Manager Aaron Boone stood by his guy post-game, telling Yes Network's Meredith Marakovitz that Rodon was excellent outside that one pitch. Boone even hinted at a missed call by home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman that might have rattled Rodon before the homer. But at the end of the day, that's baseball. Mistakes get magnified. The Tigers didn't let up. Ibanez drove in 3 runs total, while Justin Henry Malloy tacked on 2 more RBIs with a single in the 5th after an Oswaldo Cabrera error at 3rd opened the door. Rogers, by the way, was a thorn in our side, drawing 3 walks and scoring twice. Detroit's top hitters feasted after Rodon's free passes to the bottom of the lineup, and that's how you turn a close game into a 6-2 rout. Yankees Nation, this loss stings extra because it's our 2nd straight, both with 6 runs allowed. We're sitting at 6-4 on the season, matching Detroit's record. But the Tigers are riding a 4-game win streak while we're trending the wrong way. Looking ahead, we've got a massive challenge tomorrow. Another cold matinee against American League Cy Young winner Tarik Skubal, who's 0-2 with a 5.91 earned run average. We're countering with Carlos Carrasco, 1-0 with a 7.36 earned run average. Can our bats wake up and shake off this snowy slump? We'll be watching every pitch. That's the full breakdown of Update 1, Yankees fans. Let's roll on to the next update. Update 2. DJ LeMahieu's comeback countdown begins in Detroit. All right, Yankees Nation, let's shift gears to our second big update of the day. Some exciting news for the Pinstripe faithful. While our bats were battling the cold in Mize in Detroit, a familiar face rejoined the squad at Carrasco Park. The one and only DJ LeMahieu. That's right, our veteran infielder is back with the team as of Monday, April 7th, 2025, and it's not just a casual visit to his home state of Michigan. DJ's here to work, and his return from injury is closer than ever. Let's break it down. LeMahieu's been sidelined since early March with a nagging calf strain, an injury he picked up in just his second at-bat of spring training on March 1st. If you've been following the Yankees over the past few seasons, you know this isn't new territory for DJ. Lower leg issues have been a frustrating thorn in his side, derailing what's otherwise been a stellar career. But here's the good news. Manager Boone dropped a major update today, saying LeMahieu is set to work out with the team during this 3-game series against the Tigers. If all goes well, no setbacks, no soreness, he could start a rehab assignment as early as Friday. That's music to our ears, Yankees fans. Now, let's talk timeline. Since DJ missed almost all of spring training, Boone says he'll need a solid chunk of at-bats to get his timing back. Rehab assignments for position players max out at 20 days. So if he kicks things off this Friday, we could see him activated by the end of April, potentially around April 27th or so. Imagine that. DJ back in the lineup, bringing that veteran savvy and clutch hitting we've missed so much. The 36-year-old showed up to camp this year feeling healthy and eager to prove he's still got it. And before the injury, he was in the mix to lock down the third base job. Now, with Oswald Peraza and Pablo Reyes holding down the right-handed side of the platoon alongside Oswaldo Cabrera, DJ's return could shake things up in a big way. Let's paint the picture of what DJ brings to this team. When he's right, he's a hitting machine. Great contact, smart at-bats, and a knack for coming through when it counts. Last season was tough with the injuries, but a healthy LeMahieu could be the X factor for a Yankees squad that's 6-4 but just dropped 2 straight, including today's 6-2 loss to Detroit. Speaking of that game, our offense could have used DJ's bat against Mize, who shut us down. Imagine him in the lineup. Maybe breaking up that 0-for-12 skid from Chisholm, Volpe, and Cabrera at the bottom of the order. His presence alone could steady things, especially with tough pitching like Tarik Skubal looming tomorrow. So what's next? These workouts in Detroit are huge. If DJ moves well, swings pain-free, and feels strong, that rehab stint is a go. Boone's keeping a close eye, and so should we. A lengthy rehab means he'll get plenty of reps, maybe at third, maybe mixing in at second or first, to build that stamina back. Yankees Nation, this is a storyline to watch. Could DJ's return spark a turnaround after this rough patch? We're counting the days. Let's hope he's back in the Bronx sooner rather than later. That's update 2 in the books, Yankees fans. DJ LeMahieu's comeback is heating up, and we'll keep the Yankees news train chugging along with our next update. Update 3. Carlos Rodon unravels in frustrating snowy loss to Tigers. All right, Yankees Nation, here's our third and final update of the day, and it's a deep dive into a tough one for our ace, Carlos Rodon. We're back at Carrasco Park on Monday, April 7th, 2025, where it was 38 degrees at first pitch, wind chills in the 20s, and snow falling early. Rodon took the mound in short sleeves. Talk about grit. But the cold wasn't his biggest enemy today. It was a third-inning collapse that sunk the Yankees in a 6-2 loss to the Tigers, and this one's got fans buzzing. Let's break it down. Rodon started strong, retiring the first 7 batters he faced, looking every bit the dominant lefty we signed him to be. But trouble brewed in the third. He walked Detroit's 8 and 9 hitters, catcher Jake Rogers and Ryan Kreidler, putting 2 on with 1 out. Rodon was visibly frustrated after the Kreidler walk, a full-count slider that clipped the bottom of the zone, but got called ball 4 by umpire Bruce Dreckman. Rodon even yelled, That's bad, from the mound. 2 batters later, he threw a 1-0 changeup to Andy Ibanez. Meant to go down and away, but it hung down and in. Ibanez's no-no zone, as Rodon put it. Boom. 3-run homer, and the Tigers were up 3-0. That pitch was the dagger. Post-game, Rodon owned it. "I'm definitely tired of walking people," he said, noting his 9 walks in 3 starts this season. "Bottom half of the order, just got to attack. Frustrating that I'm falling behind those guys." He finished with 6 runs allowed, 5 earned, over 6+ innings with 4 hits, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Boone called him excellent, aside from that homer pitch, praising his ability to go deep and save a thin bullpen. But those free passes? They burned us. Rogers walked 3 times total, scoring twice, and Kreidler scored 2. Justin Henry Malloy added a 2 RBI single in the 5th after an Oswaldo Cabrera error, making it 5-1 before the Tigers tacked on 1 more. Offensively, we struggled against Casey Mize, but there were glimmers. Trent Grisham singled and scored on Aaron Judge's RBI single in the 5th, and we scraped another run in the 8th on Detroit errors. But miscues hurt us, like Ben Rice's triple in the 3rd, only to get picked off 3rd with Judge up. "Just poor base running," Rice admitted. "That's a missed chance in a scoreless game." Rodon reflected on the umpire call but didn't blame it. "I tried to move on quickly. I gave up a 3-run homer. That's what hurt me." Yankees Nation, this loss drops us to 6-4, and it's a gut check. Rodon's length was huge, but we need him to lock in, especially with Tarik Skubal up next. Can he bounce back? We're counting on it. That's a wrap, Yankees Nation. From snowy struggles to DJ's comeback and Rodon's rough day, we've covered it all. What's your take? Can we rebound tomorrow? Drop your thoughts below. If you loved these updates, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a beat from New York Yankees News Network. We're your home for all things Bronx Bombers. See you next time for more pinstripe action. Let's go Yankees.